Right, now then, what date did we receive this? The 8th of April. It's now the 14th of April. This was stamped, yeah, on the 8th of April. Now then, it's only up the road, but still. It appears from this letter, basically stated from this letter, that the county courts, the civil courts, are shut down. Not so the criminal courts, those legalistic courts, but the it's amazing, isn't it? It's amazing. The civil courts shut. Criminal courts not shut. Think about it. You know, this game that the government is playing, if only people would just think. Come on, you've got the criminal courts, alright, and the civil courts. Why should the civil court close? Because of this new virus. Well, they've mixed it up here actually, they couldn't even get it picking right. Hey? Because you've got two pigging viruses out here. Oh man, nobody pigging think in this day and generation. Only a few people here and there and everywhere. First of all, if you're going to close the county court because of restrictions, you might get infected. People might get infected in the waiting room or in the, as well as in the court, so-called court. Then the same's going down to the criminal court. And you know something? Some people will say, well, you know, it's very much the criminal court is more serious. Oh yeah. Don't you think the civil court is? Come on now, come on. Alright. There's a woman here, put out onto the pigging street, unlawfully, goes for a claim in the civil court. The civil court should be stopping the council from doing this because they're doing it to others. It's not that serious. Do you know, I said from the beginning, when this pigging thing was being brought out by the British government and all governments followed, the only persons never to get affected by it would be the police and the criminal courts. I've been proven right. How have I been proven right? Because common pigging sense says so. The government is going to protect the police and the criminal courts on the basis that criminal courts and the police are for the interest of government. Civil courts are not for the interest of government. Why do you think the peelers were brought about? Oh, it's sold, you know, that, they were there replacing the canons and the priests of the church to ensure law and order, because law and order needed to be upheld in the Industrial Revolution and Agrarian Revolution when it increased massively and the church couldn't take hold of it. And it said it was to protect the poor. Lot of pigging nonsense. And people go around thinking, oh, it's to protect the poor, that's why they got the peelers. What? The very word says poor. What are you going to steal from the poor? Except if they've got a watch, and the police used to, well, the peelers used to pinch their watches. from the poor. When the poor were drunken and slumped down in the street, peelers would go up to them and nick their watches. Corruption from the beginning. And so came the term, if you want to know the time, ask a policeman. Okay? Oh, shut the civil courts down because it doesn't affect government. It affects the individual. It's an attack upon the individual. You're not going to get justice, says the government, in a swift period of time. And they're going to allow people like this council and other councils and other bodies from attacking people. They can go on their merry way continuing to attack people. But as long as it doesn't affect government, and as long as it's basically majority of it are government departments that are doing the civil crimes, all well and good, says government. Let's go up one. There we go. Vacated. The term vacated, by the way, in the last paragraph means that the court is not in session. It's been vacated. There's nobody going to be there. There's no going to be a court. It's just a legalistic term for an empty court. Okay. Now then, just to finish off. This is all a created story. As Max Bygraves would say, story. I want to tell you a story. And the government and the media are telling us a story. Both are in bed. Both have kissed and made it up and are in bed together, spinning it. Cameras are out. Do you not notice? Cameras are out. With the police, going with the police to threaten the public, to intimidate the public, to watch the police intimidating and threatening the public. This is the media for you that you trust in. Wholeheartedly trust in. They're your enemy. Government is enemy. They always have been. It's nothing new. Always has been. Media is a business. Doesn't bother with you. Doesn't bother with me. We're just merchandise. They make merchandise of us. Buy my paper, look at the heading. Fancy heading. And then you start to read it, and you think, it's not the same as the pig in heading. I've never bought a paper in pig in years. Years! Never seen the pig in TV in years. Why should I? I've got my life to live. I'm not going to sit there ogling that pig in ring. Pack of lies. Now then, two other things, okay? If you want to be safe, well, three other things actually, a third thing came up, which is amusing. If you want to be safe, go out of your house, because if you're in a house, you may get one of these viruses, either coronavirus, or COVID, okay? And if you don't understand these two are different, then you've not questioned the thing at all, have you? You've just received it as normal. It's best to question all things. Question. Especially when it comes from government, because the government is a pack of picking lies. It vomits truth. It just can't stomach truth. But we'll come to that in a moment. But the thing about it is this. If you want to stay safe, okay, let's say you believe this virus, okay? You're going with the government, you're going with the media, you believe this virus, one virus, they're telling, well, they're saying two viruses, but you're accepting one virus. They're presenting it as one virus. Okay, the safest place to be is on the streets. Get out onto the streets. because you'll never catch it. The police are not tackling the homeless. And the homeless are not getting it. People dying of heart attacks actually are getting it. Government has said, told the hospitals, register the people who die of other things as COVID. That's how panic picking is this. There's fakery. Alright? And there is a reason why they've done this. Oh, that's come out. That's slipped out. Have you heard that one? Oh, so, become homeless. There's another thing you can do to protect yourself. Protect yourself. Okay? Become a police officer. And become a fireman. And become chief constable. Whatever. Fireman, police officer, because they're covered by law not to get it. And I said this from the beginning again, that the police, for a start, would never get it because they're covered by law. This is why they don't keep social distancing, because they don't believe it themselves. This is why most of them do not wear masks. Some do. Some just go along with it. I've got a fella out here, you know. Here you are. Oh, he's gone into the back. And he's like the rest of them. He's got this pigging mask and he puts it on his forehead. Because to stick it over his nose all the time, it's uncomfortable. Okay? It's a bit... He's just come out and he's gone back down the pigging alleyway there. Anyhow. And his girlfriend, his wife, I don't know quite what she is, but they're sort of intimate, comes along wearing a mask. He's got his mask stuck on his head like a pimple. And they're talking there together. And they go down the back alleyway or something. Anyhow, whatever. But she's got the mask on, he hasn't. In other words, he's not taking it seriously. Neither is she, really. Nobody's taking it seriously, they're just playing along. Government says get a mask, oh, I've got to get a mask. Huh. Nobody is taking it seriously because once they forget to follow the government, then it all comes apart. You see, if you and I take something seriously, we are serious. Doesn't matter what comes in the way. If this was a real plague out here, people would be going to church for a start. They'd be falling on their knees like in other plagues, real plagues, trying to make their peace with their Maker, whilst the atheist is shouting and bawling and crying out against God. There'd be absolute panic. People would be in fear of death. The Grim Reaper would be on their back, and they would feel the Grim Reaper on their back. But all the atmosphere out here is a play. Which brings us to another thing. Corona. It's a halo virus. Latin. Corona is Latin for halo. So you got a halo virus out there. Okay? We start off. The government starts off with a halo virus. I mean, they must have been laughing. Whoever concocted this up must be laughing their pigging hand behind their pigging hands at us. Then it wants to be a bit more fancy. Okay? And it sees on a film, I believe it's called Contagion, where a member of the CNN staff, an anchorman, news reporter, is featured. And they're talking to this fella about social distancing. That people must get social distancing. That's where that came from. Social distancing. And then, lo and behold, yesterday, what happened? I'm walking past the newsstand, and there's Boris's picture on the front. Love has brought me through. I laughed. Oh, for how much more ridiculous can you get? Where did they get that from? Dr. Piggy knew. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Doctor Who? Huh? I like to go out and get these discs, these CD discs. And Doctor Who was one of them, to a certain extent. I like the David Tennants and the like. And David Tennant was in this one. And it was him against the Master, and the Master had shrunk him and put him in a cage. And the only way the Doctor could be healed was the will to chant, Doctor, we love you, Doctor, we love you. And he was healed. What next? Hector's house? Eh? Kiki and Hector? Oh, come on. It is absolutely ridiculous. When you start to put the pieces together, it becomes absolutely hilarious. Right? Hilarious. Hey? Hello, Kiki. What you got today? Oh, I've got COVID. Have you now? Well, join the police, because you won't get it with the police. And the police are not keeping their social distancing. Hey? And let's face it, if you're in a pigging police car, come on, and you're driving down the road there, oh, I can nick him, stitch him up, hey, gets out, not got a mask on, thinks to himself, oh, shall I get a mask? No, oh, I just want to nick him, Goes up, you're nicked. What for? Well, I can smell cannabis on you. Hey, you're dealing it. Hey? So, he puts him in the back of the car and he drives him off. Okay? Oh, by the way, prostitutes don't get it. Oh, sorry. I just got to that one. Don't be a prostitute. But they don't get it neither. And key workers, of course, don't get it. Anyhow, he's driving down the road. I'll come to this in a second. I'll put this in two parts.